At the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead, Bu Ran, running away while escaping from some guards. Then, we are introduced to the main male character, Lu Tsen. He is talking to a woman. That woman is the president of Hua Company, and her name is Hua Lan. Lu Tsen says, "Your company is very big, but you people deceive others." Hua Lan says, "You are not worthy enough yet to talk to me." She is just about to hang up the phone when Lu Tsen sends her a clip of her grandson, in which her grandson is talking about selling a building. Through that video, Lu Tsen forces the woman to accept all his conditions. On the other hand, we see that Bu Ran finds no place to hide, so she enters the men's washroom. When Lu Tsen comes out, she pushes him inside and locks the door. The guards come and check, but they do not find Bu Ran. Then, Lu Tsen starts recording a video of Bu Ran. When Bu Ran tries to snatch the phone, her dress gets torn. Seeing this, Lu Tsen gives her his jacket and says, "You are a thief, aren't you?" Bu Ran says, "I am not a thief. Rather, Mr. Taylor is the real thief, and you delete my video." Lu Tsen says, "I will delete this video when I trust you." And while leaving, he says, "Return my jacket to me." When Lu Tsen comes outside, Hua Lan's grandson, whose name is Zihei, arrives there with several men to beat up Lu Tsen because Lu Tsen secretly recorded his video clip. Just then, Bu Ran arrives and starts live streaming. All the men get scared, and using this opportunity, Bu Ran rescues Lu Tsen and takes him away with her. Later, Lu Tsen asks, "Why did you help me?" Bu Ran says, "You helped me in the men's toilet, so I also helped you." Then, Lu Tsen deletes her video. In the next scene, his grandmother slaps him and says, "Because of you, we suffered a huge loss." He says, "We had caught Lu Tsen, but Bu Ran helped him there." Just then, Bu Ran arrives, and we come to know that Bu Ran is the granddaughter of the Hua family. So, the grandmother asks Bu Ran, "Why did you do this?" Bu Ran says, 7 years ago, before I could graduate, my uncle Min Kai and his family had my student loan stopped." So her grandmother says, "You are still holding on to such a small matter?" Bu Ran starts arguing. The grandmother, in anger, is about to slap Bu Ran when Bu Ran's mother intervenes. Then, Bu Ran says, "If my dad knew how you all treat us, he would regret his decision, and today, my dad wouldn't be in jail." And at the same time, Bu Ran's mother falls ill, but their family does not care and leaves Bu Ran and her mother alone. Then Bu Ran takes her mother to the hospital, and there, the doctor tells her, "Your mother is fine for now, but she needs to stay in the hospital." Bu Ran thinks, "I don't have money for further treatment." Then, Bu Ran goes to her grandmother and says, "I know that you are trying to get Lu Tsen caught, and Lu Tsen does not know that I am your family's granddaughter, so I will help you. But in return, you will have to pay for my mother's hospital charges." So her grandmother says, "All right, but if you try any tricks, we will ruin you." In the next scene, we see a party where many big company executives have gathered, and Lu Tsen is also present there. Just then, a girl named Carrie makes an entrance. When Carrie sees Lu Tsen, she is very impressed and asks to work with him. On the other hand, we see Bu Ran arriving at the same party because she overheard her aunt talking to someone saying, "We have to ruin Lu Tsen." Bu Ran knows that her uncle's family plays very dirty games. Meanwhile, we see Carrie mixing something in a drink and offering it to Lu Tsen. And just as Lu Tsen is about to drink, Bu Ran arrives, places her hand on Lu Tsen's shoulder and says, "Lu Tsen, come on, drop me home." She then tells Carrie, "I am Lu Tsen's friend," but Carrie refuses to leave. Then, Bu Ran drinks Carrie's drink herself, and Lu Tsen also says, "I have to drop Bu Ran home." They both leave, ignoring Carrie. In the next scene, due to the drink, Bu Ran forcibly tries to kiss Lu Tsen. Then Lu Tsen recalls, Carrie had mixed something in the drink, that's why she is behaving like this. Suddenly, Bu Ran kisses Lu Tsen, so he picks her up and takes her to his home. But even there, Bu Ran does not listen and keeps forcing herself on him. The next morning, when Bu Ran wakes up, she remembers everything and thinks, Lu Tsen did something terrible to me. She shouts, "Why did you do this?" Lu Tsen removes his shirt and shows her the lip marks on his chest, saying, "Look, was I forcing you, or were you forcing me?" Hearing this, Bu Ran feels very embarrassed and says, "I drank, that's why I did all this." Then, Lu Tsen says, "It would have been better if I had gone with Carrie instead." He throws Bu Ran out of his house. In the next scene, Bu Ran goes for a job interview at Lu Tsen's company, where several other candidates are also present. They are all given a task. Everyone must design a house in 1 minute. Everyone presents their designs, and when it's Bu Ran's turn, everyone really likes her design. On the other hand, Lu Tsen is watching the interview on his laptop in his office. Then, his secretary arrives and says, we should hire Bu Ran. Then Lu Ten's secretary, whose name is Yao, tells Bu Ran, you have been selected for the job. Bu Ran feels very happy. In the next scene, Bu Ran visits her father in jail. When Bu Ran's father arrives, he directly says, do you have money? Give it to me. I want to drink and have a lot of fun. Bu Ran says, you only care about money. You didn't even ask how mom is. Mom is in the hospital right now. On the other hand, Lu Sen is at the hospital, where the doctor tells him, you must take full care of Siki's treatment and bring her for daily treatment. Lu Sen says, all right. Just then, Bu Ran arrives at the hospital with her father, and Lu Sen sees her with him. Bu Ran's father, whose name is Min Di, meets Bu Ran's mother, and Bu Ran leaves them alone to spend time together. After Bu Ran leaves, Lu Sen observes her father and mother. In the next scene, Bu Ran's father, Min Dae, returns home and meets Min Kai. He quickly hugs him and directly says, give me money. Min Kai tells his wife, Hui Yun, to send money to Min Dae, and as soon as Min Dae gets the money, he leaves. In the next scene, Bu Ran receives a call informing her, your design resembles Taylor's, so you are being fired from the job. On the other hand, Lu Sen's secretary asks him, why did you fire Bu Ran? Lu Sen says, Bu Ran is the daughter of that Hua family. In the next scene, we see Bu Ran waiting for Lu Sen at his company. When Lu Sen comes out, Bu Ran says, I did not steal anyone's design. Just give me one chance. I will prove it. But Lu Ten does not listen and leaves after saying harsh words to her. In the next scene, Bu Ran receives a call. She says, I am coming to you. We see that the caller is Bu Ran's friend, Chin Shun. Bu Ran goes to him and says, if I can prove to Lu Ten that I am not wrong, maybe I can get an opportunity. Her friend says, yes, of course I am with you. Then Bu Ran waits for Lu Ten in his parking area. When Lu Ten arrives, she hands him his jacket. Lu Ten asks, are you following me? Bu Ran replies, yes, think of it that way. When they go inside, Bu Ran takes a room next to his. She gives him a smile, but Lu Ten, annoyed, shuts his door. Bu Ran then calls her friend and says, our plan is working. On the other hand, Lu Sen calls his security and says, Bu Ran is just like her dad. Later, they both end up on their balconies while talking. Bu Ran says hi to Lu Sen, but he walks away. She thinks, now that I'm here, I must prove myself. She hangs her design on her balcony so that Lu Sen can see it. But suddenly, a piece of her clothing falls onto Lu Sen's side. Using a stick, she tries to retrieve it, and Lu Sen notices her. When she asks for her clothing back, Lu Sen picks it up using a plastic bag, avoiding direct contact, and hands it to her angrily before leaving. He doesn't even look at her design. In the next scene, Bu Ran tells Chin Shun, my plan didn't work. Chin Shun replies, I'll take you somewhere. He tells her about an orphanage where he regularly donates and explains, the place is very old and needs renovation. Lu Sen's company is also interested in renovating it. Bu Ran agrees to go with him. In the next scene, we see that Lu Sen is also at the orphanage. He spots Bu Ran and angrily says, I know you came here after hearing about the renovation project, but you are not qualified for this work yet. Hearing this, Bu Ran, frustrated, walks toward the children. Later, when Bu Ran is at home, a man arrives and informs her, the landlord has sold this house. Bu Ran replies, but I already paid the rent. The man explains, yes, but the landlord said you must vacate the house. You'll get your rent money back. Just then, Lu Chen arrives and says, tell your landlord I'll give him a 5% commission if he sells this house to me. The man leaves. Lu Sen then tells Bu Ran, soon, I'll be your landlord too. Lu Sen then receives a call from the landlord, who turns out to be none other than Taylor himself. Taylor says, we are very pleased with you, so I am coming to China to meet you. Lu Sen tells Bu Ran, weren't you Taylor's student before? Then you must know how great a designer he is. We will collaborate with him on the orphanage renovation, so don't interfere in this project. Bu Ran remains silent. A flashback scene shows Bu Ran meeting Taylor with her designs. Taylor tells her, your family has helped me a lot, and I know they don't treat you well. If you become my girl, they won't trouble you anymore. He then tries to harass her. Bu Ran angrily says, you're disgusting, but then she composes herself and says, you've had too much to drink, go take a shower. When Taylor leaves for the shower, Bu Ran burns all her designs. In the next scene, Lu Sen meets the orphanage director and says, I will renovate this place with a highly skilled designer since Bu Ran refused to take on the project. But then, the director notices that Bu Ran is already there, inspecting the place carefully. Seeing this, Lu Sen approaches her and asks, why are you here again? Bu Ran remains silent. As she turns to leave, she slips and falls, injuring her lip, causing it to bleed. Then, Lu Sen takes Bu Ran inside and applies medicine to her wound. Bu Ran says, why aren't you listening to me? Taylor is not a good person. If you take my help, you'll gain a lot of profit because I'll put my full effort into designing. But Lu Ten ignores her and starts leaving. Just then, a little girl comes up to Bu Ran and says, Uncle Lu Ten is very kind. He takes great care of us kids. Hearing this, Bu Ran realizes that Lu Ten is doing all this for the children. In the next scene, Qin Shun starts working at a restaurant. Lu Ten arrives there, and he seems to have a good friendship with the restaurant owner. Lu Ten says, "Tomorrow, I have a meeting with a very famous designer, so I need to select a great coffee because they love coffee." The owner responds, "We have a new guy working here today. You can ask him for coffee ideas." When Lu Ten sees Qin Shun, he remembers that he was at the orphanage with Bu Ran. Qin Shun prepares coffee, and Lu Ten likes it. Lu Ten says, "Your coffee is really good." He then asks, "Is Bu Ran your girlfriend?" Qin Shun replies, "No, we're just friends." After Lu Ten leaves, Qin Shun calls Bu Ran and says, "I got a new job." But Lu Ten came here and said Taylor is arriving in China tomorrow to meet him. Bu Ran says, "I don't understand why Taylor left Hua Lan's company to help Lu Ten's company. Could he be trying to ruin Lu Ten's work?" Then she tells Qin Shun, "Find out what time Taylor is arriving tomorrow." In the next scene, Taylor arrives in China to meet Lu Ten. Meanwhile, Zi He is seen calling his dad and saying, "The gift we prepared for Lu Ten has been delivered to him." Bu Ran keeps an eye on Taylor and notices him eating meat. She is shocked because Taylor was supposed to be a vegetarian. As Taylor leaves, Bu Ran follows him, and they both get into the elevator. Taylor asks, "Which floor do you need to go to?" Bu Ran tells him the 7th floor, and Taylor presses the button. When Bu Ran looks at his fingers, she notices that he has no scars. To confirm her suspicion, she removes her face mask, but Taylor simply smiles at her and leaves without recognizing her at all. Bu Ran realizes that this Taylor is fake. She rushes to inform Lu Ten and knocks on his door, but he is in the shower. Bu Ran then tries to enter his house from the balcony but gets stuck midway. Just then, Lu Ten comes out, pushes her back and says, "Go back where you came from." Bu Ran insists, "I need to tell you something important. The Taylor you met is fake." But Lu Ten refuses to listen, and they start pushing each other. In the scuffle, Lu Ten's shirt gets torn, bringing them uncomfortably close. Lu Ten quickly sends Bu Ran out of his house. Later, Lu Ten stands on his balcony, thinking about Bu Ran. Just then, Bu Ran peeks from her balcony and says, "Don't forget, the Taylor you met is fake." Frustrated, Lu Ten goes inside. In the next scene, Zi He and Min Kai are talking. Min Kai says, "By now, Bu Ran must have told Lu Ten that Taylor is fake." In the next scene, Bu Ran is talking to Qin Shun about Taylor. Just then, Taylor arrives and Bu Ran follows him. Meanwhile, Bu Ran's dad secretly clicks a picture of her. Meanwhile, Qin Shun receives a message from Taylor's girlfriend. Taylor has actually arrived in China this time. Realizing the urgency, Qin Shun rushes to find Bu Ran. On the other side, Bu Ran is in the elevator with Taylor again. Like before, Taylor asks, "Which floor?" and presses the button for the 7th floor. This time, his finger has no scars. As Bu Ran steps out of the elevator, Taylor says, "You look great today, but you looked even better last time." Hearing this, Bu Ran immediately realizes that this is the real Taylor. She follows him and secretly takes his photo. When Taylor enters his room, Bu Ran hides outside and listens to his conversation. But suddenly, Taylor opens the door, pulls her inside, and starts strangling her, saying, "This time you won't escape." Just then, Lu Ten arrives and saves Bu Ran. He warns Taylor, "You could go to jail for this," but Taylor replies, "It's not what you think." Bu Ran turns to Lu Ten and says, "See, this is the Taylor you wanted to work with." Lu Ten scolds Bu Ran and tells her to leave. After she leaves, Lu Ten locks the door and brutally beats up Taylor. Qin Shun arrives outside and hears the sounds of the fight. When Lu Ten finally steps out, Qin Shun says, "Thank you for helping Bu Ran. If you ever need any information about Taylor in the future, you can contact me." Then he leaves. Meanwhile, Bu Ran's dad, Min Dae, sends Lu Ten a picture of Bu Ran following Taylor. Confused, Lu Ten calls the unknown number and asks, "Why did you send this to me?" Min Dae replies, "Just like that." Lu Ten asks, "Do you want to help Bu Ran?" But Min Dae ends the call without answering. Later, as Bu Ran heads home, Lu Ten enters the elevator with her. Still furious, Bu Ran kicks him in the leg before going to her room. Lu Ten thinks, "What kind of girl is this? I saved her life, and this is how she treats me." Bu Ran then focuses on designing for the orphanage. Meanwhile, Lu Ten ponders, Bu Ran belongs to that family, and her uncle and family wanted to collaborate with Taylor. So why did Taylor attack her? What is Bu Ran's real role in her family? In the next scene, Bu Ran presents her orphanage design to the director. As she leaves, Lu Ten arrives and says, "You came back again?" Bu Ran replies, "I'm not a thief. I worked hard on this orphanage design and gave it my best effort." Then she leaves. Later, Lu Ten meets Qin Shun to collect evidence against Taylor. He says, "After tomorrow's press conference, I'll hand all of this over to the police." In the next scene, a contract signing event between Taylor and the Hua Lan family takes place. As Taylor steps onto the stage, a picture of him assaulting a girl is displayed. The media swarms him, and the police arrest him. Realizing that Lu Ten was behind this, Bu Ran thanks him. him. In the final scene, Lu Sen meets the man who was impersonating Taylor, who turns out to be Taylor's brother. Grateful, Taylor's brother says, "Thank you for revealing the truth," and leaves. Lu Sen then thanks Carrie, saying, "It was all possible because of you." Carrie admits, "I spiked your drink with drugs, yet you still gave me a chance. I want to learn from you." Impressed, Lu Sen offers her a job at his company. Next, Grandma finds out that she has been disqualified from the orphanage project. Enraged, she tries to slap Min-kai, but his wife intervenes. However, after Grandma leaves, Min-kai's wife slaps him herself, leaving him deeply humiliated. Meanwhile, Bu-ran is eating noodles when Lu Sen arrives with his own bowl and says, "I really liked your orphanage designs, so I want to offer you a job at my company." Bu-ran asks, "Will you make me a better designer than Taylor?" Lu Sen replies, "If you work at my company one day, Taylor will have to apologize to you." Hearing this, Bu-ran is overjoyed. Later, Bu-ran visits her mother, who is about to be discharged from the hospital, and excitedly shares, "I got a new job at Lu Sen's company." Her mother warns, "If he finds out you're from the Hualan family, it might affect your job." Bu-ran reassures her, "No, Mom, I'm not like Grandma." Just then, Chin Shun arrives and announces, "There's a party tonight." The next scene shows Chin Shun dropping Bu-ran off at her new workplace, where she notices Carrie. Lu Chen appears and explains, "Carrie has joined our marketing department." Shocked, Bu-ran questions, "She spiked your drink with drugs, yet you gave her a job?" Lu Chen simply says, "It's fine. You both will work together now." Chin Shun tells Lu Chen, "Bu-ran just joined, so take good care of her." Later, Bu-ran meets Lu Chen's secretary, Yao Lei, who informs her, "You'll be on probation for 3 months as an assistant in the marketing department." Soon after, Carrie arrives to take Bu-ran with her, as Carrie is now leading the marketing department. Annoyed, Bu-ran confronts Lu Sen. "I applied for a designer role. Why did you make me a marketing assistant?" Lu Sen replies, "When you become capable enough to be a designer, I'll let you know. For now, focus on the work assigned to you. Also, bring me a cup of tea." Frustrated but left with no choice, Bu-ran grabs a cup and storms off. A while later, she slams the tea on Lu Sen's desk. Lu Sen raises an eyebrow. "Is this how you serve your boss? Go make another one." As Bu-ran walks out, she accidentally drops and breaks the cup. She tells Lu Sen, "I'll get you another one," and leaves. Carrie then approaches Lu Sen and apologizes, saying she hasn't trained Bu-ran properly yet. Lu Sen sternly replies, "I don't care. Just make sure Bu-ran learns discipline as soon as possible." Later, Carrie takes Bu-ran to the garden area and explains, "Lu Chen loves this place, so you have to take care of it properly." There, Bu-ran meets a worker named Lee and starts assisting him with gardening tasks. That night, Bu-ran carefully glues the broken cup back together and places it on Lu Chen's desk. The next morning, Lu Sen notices it and remarks to Yao Lei, "Fixing this won't be easy." However, he keeps it on his desk. Later in the office, a furious client storms in and complains, "My son didn't like your designs." Carrie turns to Bu-ran and says, "Handle him." As Bu-ran starts explaining the design, the client recognizes her from a party and turns lecherous. "You looked stunning that night," he says, moving closer to her. Just then, Lu Chen arrives and tells Bu-ran, "Leave this to me." Facing the client, he warns, "If you harass any of my employees, I won't let you off easily." Next, Carrie is seen meeting Grandma, revealing that she has been keeping an eye on Lu Sen. Meanwhile, at Lu Sen's house, his assistant Yao Lei arrives. Lu Sen cooks noodles for both of them, and Yao Lei praises his cooking. Lu Sen reminisces, "When our dad was around, we used to cook simple meals and enjoy them together." As they continue talking about the past, Yao Lei suddenly experiences a headache. On the other side, Bu-ran and Chin Shun are having dinner together when a waiter accidentally spills food. Bu-ran tries to shield Chin Shun, but in the process, the food falls on her hand, burning it. Chin Shun immediately takes her to the hospital. Meanwhile, Yao Lei is also at the hospital, and Lu Chen reassures her, "Don't worry, the doctor said everything is fine." Yao Lei says, "When I was talking to you, I felt like I was starting to remember something." Lu Chen warns, "Don't force yourself to recall anything. If your memories return, it might cause you pain." Elsewhere, Chin Shun apologizes to Bu-ran. "I'm sorry, your hand got burned because of me?" Bu-ran responds, "It's okay, it was just an accident." Before leaving, Chin Shun insists, "You're not going anywhere tomorrow. Stay here and rest. I'll come to pick you up." However, as soon as he leaves, Bu-ran sneaks out to meet Lu Chen. Meanwhile, Lu Chen is speaking with the doctor, who warns, "If Yao Lei regains her memories, she will also remember her painful past. Will you be able to help her then?" Lu Chen replies, "She has the right to know about her past. If she remembers, I'll always be there for her." Just then, Bu-ran arrives and sees them talking. As she moves toward Lu Sen, she notices a man secretly taking Lu Sen's photos. Thinking quickly, she subtly warns him, "Someone is taking your picture. Play along with me." She then raises her voice and dramatically says, This is the same hand I use to create my designs and sketches. Lu Chen catches on and plays along, saying, yes, that's why I brought you to the hospital. Bu Ran continues, are you feeling heartache? Lu Chen replies, yes, my heart beats only for you. They then get into the car where Lu Chen notices Bu Ran's injured hand and asks, how did this happen? Bu Ran explains, I was helping Qin Shun. Later, when they arrive home, Lu Chen tells her, the company has selected you for the orphanage project. But Bu Ran, feeling drowsy from her medication, doesn't hear him and leaves without responding. The next scene shows Bu Ran at home making tea the way Lu Chen likes it. As Lu Chen passes by her house, he smells the tea and knocks on her door. She invites him in, and when he tastes the tea, he finds it too strong. As he prepares to leave, he suddenly faints and falls onto Bu Ran, leading to an accidental kiss. Shocked, Bu Ran exclaims, what are you doing? Lu Chen weakly explains, I haven't eaten anything since morning, and your tea was so strong that my blood sugar dropped. Bu Ran quickly gives him some chocolate to help. When Lu Chen regains his strength, Bu Ran advises, you shouldn't go anywhere alone anymore since your blood sugar drops. You should always be with your sister, Siqi. At this moment, Lu Chen thinks to himself, at least she didn't hear what I said in the hospital. Here it is revealed that Siqi and Yao Lei are actually the same person. In the next scene, Zihe meets a girl from the orphanage, deceives her into falling for him, and extracts information about the orphanage project. The girl unknowingly reveals that Bu Ran is the designer. Later, Lu Chen receives a call informing him the designer herself leaked the orphanage design. Just then, Bu Ran arrives, and an enraged Lu Chen yells at her, please stay away from me. In the next scene, Lu Chen approaches Bu Ran, who is gardening. He remarks, you're not worried about your job, and here you are, peacefully gardening. You used to get angry so easily. Why are you so calm today? He then hands her some medicine and says, take a few days off. Bu Ran, expecting him to fire her, is relieved and happy that he trusts her instead. Later, Minde meets the man who previously harassed Bu Ran at the office. Bu Ran also arrives there and overhears their conversation. Minde tells the man, Min Cai was the one who leaked the designer's work. The man responds, I'll help you. I visited Lu Ten's company too, and that designer was really good. Too honest. How could she possibly leak her own designs? I even wanted to date her, but Lu Ten threatened me a lot. Hearing this, Minde becomes furious about his daughter Bu Ran and intentionally spills coffee on the man, making him leave. Bu Ran then approaches her father, emotional, and says, thank you. Minde replies, I had to pretend for a while, waiting for the right moment to act. He apologizes. Because of me, you had to go through so much, but seeing you so strong makes me happy. Minde then informs her, I found out that the person who leaked your design is a girl from the orphanage. Bu Ran is deeply hurt by this revelation. In the next scene, Bu Ran visits the orphanage and hears a woman scolding the children. She is a teacher at the orphanage, the same one who provided information to Zihe about the designs. When the teacher is about to hit a child for ruining her shoes, Bu Ran intervenes and saves the child. She secretly takes a picture of the teacher's shoes and searches them online. Seeing their high price, she is shocked. At that moment, Qin Shun arrives. Bu Ran tells him, this teacher's salary isn't high enough to afford shoes costing over 10,000. I think she's the one who fell into Zihe's trap. In the following scene, Zihe is on his way to meet someone, and Bu Ran follows him. Meanwhile, the teacher tries calling Zihe, but he ignores her calls. Qin Shun then sits beside the teacher, who notices him and says, I've seen you following me for a while. Just so you know, I already have a boyfriend. Qin Shun replies, you're dating Zihe, right? He then shows her a video of Zihe enjoying himself with other women, which Bu Ran streams through a video call. Later, Qin Shun tells Bu Ran, Zihe gave that girl a lot of money in exchange for breaking up, and she left happily. Bu Ran is deeply saddened by this. Next, Grandma learns that Minde has been helping Lu Ten. She confronts him, saying, it's been 7 years and you still choose to help outsiders instead of your own family. She then orders Minde and his wife to leave the house. Minde leaves all of Grandma's belongings there and walks away with his wife. In the following scene, Bu Ran visits Lu Ten's house and gives him a lot of chocolates, asking, how's your injury? Both of them wish for each other's recovery. Later, Lu Ten asks Li, should I trust Bu Ran? Li responds, once the Lu Sen family endured pain. Now it's time for the Hualan family to suffer. Meanwhile, Carrie secretly overhears their conversation and takes their picture. As she leaves, both Lu Sen and Li see her. Lu Sen remarks, this time Hualan has fallen into their own trap. In the next scene, Carrie calls Grandma and tells her, I overheard Lucen and his gardener Lee talking to each other, and their relationship is quite unusual. Then she sends a picture of the garden to Grandma. Grandma says, that's Lucen's most trusted assistant. Then she asks, what was the conversation about? Carrie explains, the gardener said that your family will have to endure the same pain that Lucen's family once suffered. Hearing this, Grandma becomes worried and immediately heads to her company. In the next scene, Boo Ran visits her parents at their new place, where they seem very happy. Boo Ran tells them, I'm so happy that you've left Grandma's house and moved here. She also says, I genuinely wanted to help Lucen and build a dream house for the orphanage children, but everything has been ruined. Just then, we see that Lucen is also there and overhears their conversation. In the following scene, Carrie asks Yao Lei, I want to know about Lucen's sister, Si Qi. Yao Lei replies, Si Qi is in Tibet. Carrie then informs Grandma, Lucen's sister, Si Qi, is in Tibet. Hearing this, Grandma tells Zi He, you're an expert at winning over girls' hearts, so you need to go to Tibet and find Si Qi. In the next scene, when Lu Chen returns home, he notices a drawing made by Boo Ran and tries to imitate its sad expression. Then, he calls the delivery service to send groceries to Boo Ran's house. When the delivery arrives at Boo Ran's house, she says, I didn't order anything. Just then, she receives a message from Lucen. I sent this item. Cook it for me in the morning. If I like the taste, I'll reduce your rent. Reading the message, Boo Ran glares angrily at Lucen's door, while Lucen watches her from his door and laughs. The next morning, Boo Ran prepares porridge for Lucen and says, I did as you asked, so now you have to lower my rent. Lucen replies, all right, now you can leave. As Boo Ran starts walking away, Lucen smiles while watching her, making it clear that he has started to like her. In the next scene, while Yao Lei is working, she experiences neck pain, which Boo Ran notices. The next day, Yao Lei approaches Boo Ran and asks, did anyone see you placing this cervical spray in my office? Boo Ran replies, I noticed that your neck was hurting, so I left it there for you. Yao Lei responds, I don't like anyone entering my office without my permission, and I can't accept your gift. Later, Yao Lei goes to Lu Chen and says, Boo Ran is trying to win everyone over at the office. She even noticed my neck pain in just one glance. Lu Chen replies, I'll tell Boo Ran to keep her distance from you. In the next scene, when Boo Ran goes to the restroom, she hears a voice. Yao Lei comes out of the restroom, clutching her neck in pain. Suddenly, her pain worsens significantly. Boo Ran rushes Yao Lei to the hospital. Just then, Lu Chen arrives and tells Boo Ran, you can go home now, before entering the emergency room. Boo Ran thinks to herself, I've never seen Lu Chen this serious before. Maybe he was afraid I would find out about their secret affair. That's probably why Yao Lei told me to stay away from her. When Lu Chen comes out of the emergency room, he asks Boo Ran, why are you still here? Furious, Boo Ran takes his car keys. As they drive home, Boo Ran speeds up and says, I helped her, so I have the right to know if she's okay or not. And the real reason you're telling me to stay away from her is because you're having a secret affair with her, right? So, Lu Chen says, what did you see that made you think I am dating Yao Lei? When they reach home, Lu Chen says, let me make one thing clear. We are just business partners. In the next scene, Yao Lei tells Boo Ran, thanks for that day. Will you have a drink with me? Then they both drink together. After drinking, Boo Ran starts bad-mouthing Lu Chen, and they spend a good time together. After drinking, Boo Ran lies down on the ground. Yao Lei tries to help her up, but Boo Ran refuses to get up. So, Yao Lei calls Lu Chen. Lu Chen enters the house and Yao Lei says, I just wanted to check Boo Ran's character by drinking with her, but I didn't know she would get drunk so quickly. Then, Yao Lei leaves for her home. When Lu Chen tries to take the drink from Boo Ran's hand and put it away, Boo Ran still thinks Yao Lei is nearby and starts bad-mouthing Lu Chen again. Then, Lu Chen picks up Boo Ran and lays her on the bed. Boo Ran, thinking Lu Cen's hand is Yao Lei's, holds it and says, thank you for being my friend. In the next scene, it's Carrie's birthday, and everyone is partying. Carrie challenges Boo Ran to drink, so Boo Ran drinks excessively and gets drunk. Lu Chen tells everyone, I live near her house, so I will drop her off. Meanwhile, Qin Shun arrives to pick up Boo Ran and sees Lu Chen taking her home. Just then, Yao Lei arrives. Lu Chen tells Yao Lei, you go home. I'll drop Boo Ran off. Yao Lei says, I've known since childhood that you take great care of people. Hearing this childhood reference, Qin Shun is shocked. As Boo Ran leans her head on Lu Chen's shoulder while walking, Yao Lei remembers a childhood scene where she too used to rest her head on Lu Chen's shoulder when she was drunk. Then, Yao Lei starts experiencing neck pain again and goes to the doctor. Qin Shun secretly follows her to the hospital and watches everything. In the next scene, when Boo Ran wakes up, she realizes she is in Lu Chen's bed. She goes to him and asks, did I say anything weird to you last night? Lu Chen remembers that when Boo Ran was drunk, she mistook him for Qin Shun and said, I think I have started liking Lu Chen. Thinking about this, Lu Tsen smiles. Bu Ran then says, "Last night I saw my hero in my dream." A flashback scene is shown where Bu Ran is standing in the rain, getting soaked, and someone silently comes and holds an umbrella over her before leaving. She never sees his face. Back in the present, Lu Tsen asks, "Which novel was that hero from?" Bu Ran replies, "I'm not joking. He was my real hero. He was a bodyguard who helped me get a student loan 7 years ago." Hearing this, Lu Tsen gets a flashback. He remembers that Bu Ran had asked her grandma for a student loan, but her grandma refused and shut the door on her. Standing outside, Bu Ran was drenched in the rain. At that time, Lu Tsen, who was a bodyguard back then, had come and held an umbrella over her. Back in the present, Lu Tsen asks, "If you got a chance to meet him again, what would you do?" Bu Ran replies, "I would first say hello to him. And who knows, maybe I would go with him." Lu Tsen then asks, "If the person you like and the bodyguard stood in front of you, who would you choose?" Bu Ran replies, "I would go with my hero." Then she leaves. After she leaves, Lu Tsen takes out an old coat from 7 years ago from his closet and looks at it. In the next scene, Z. He returns from Tibet and starts eating immediately, saying, "I didn't get proper food in Tibet." Then he tells Grandma, "I couldn't find any information about Si Chi there." Later, Bu Ran sees Zihe with a girl. When Bu Ran sees the girl's face, she is shocked because she is Chenman, a designer even more famous than Taylor. When Chenman asks Zihe, "Who is this girl?" Zihe replies, "Oh, she's just an ordinary designer." Next, Zihe tells Grandma, "When I was in Tibet, I started dating an amazing female designer. She's more famous than Taylor." We'll change the program's format by investing in extraordinary places and allowing all companies to participate. Each company will complete one design. Lu Tsen won't agree to the challenge, so we can accuse his company of being incapable. And if he accepts, "My girlfriend is so talented and beautiful that we will definitely win." Grandma agrees to Zihe's plan. Later, Bu Ran asks Lu Tsen, "Do you want to send me to the design department?" Lu Tsen replies, "I have already transferred you there. Now you can showcase your skills properly." Bu Ran says, "I'm happy about the transfer, but Chenman is not only beautiful but also famous. If I compete with her in popularity, I will surely lose because all the votes will go to her." Lu Qin says, "If you're so scared, I'll give up on the collaboration." Then he walks away. Bu Ran then goes to meet her dad, who is painting. Her dad asks, "What's wrong, dear?" Bu Ran tells him everything. Min-dae talks about his past and motivates Bu Ran. He also reveals Chenman had a crush on Lu Tsen, but Lu Tsen never liked her. That's why she chose Zihe now. In the parking area, Bu Ran sees Chenman telling Lu Tsen, "I liked you a lot, but you never even looked at me. But now you have no choice. You have to face me because I have joined the extraordinary plan. Your designers can't compete with me." When Bu Ran arrives, Chenman starts badmouthing her. Lu Tsen responds, "Years have passed, but your way of talking to people hasn't changed." Chenman challenges Bu Ran and then leaves. Lu Tsen motivates Bu Ran. While standing on their balconies, Lu Tsen asks, "Do you remember what you said to me when you first came to my company?" Bu Ran recalls saying, "Will you make me a designer more famous than Taylor?" Lu Tsen says, "Focus on your design. I will support you." Bu Ran holds Lu Tsen's hand and says, "If we win, don't forget to give me a bonus." Realizing she is holding his hand, she quickly pulls it away. Later, Lu Tsen waits for Bu Ran on the balcony, but she is busy with her work. Meanwhile, Zihe and Chenman spend romantic time together. Bu Ran checks the voting list and finds that her votes are very low, making her feel down. Then, Chenman is shown instructing another girl to design something. That girl later comes to deliver the design to Chenman. Later, Zihe tells Chenman, "If you defeat Bu Ran, I will introduce you to my family." Then, they kiss. At that moment, Lu Tsen arrives and throws something at them. Zihe angrily says, "What kind of crazy behavior is this?" Lu Tsen says, "First, ask this girl if she really designed this herself or got someone else to do it." Chenman, furious, says, "Why are you making false accusations?" Lu Tsen replies, "Instead of working, you've been spending time with Zihe. Tell me, when do you even make your design sketches? This competition is for designers, and the public wants to see the designs. After what you've done, I won't let Bu Ran lose to you. I will also share the proof online that you got your design made by someone else." Then, a flashback scene shows that when Chenman was taking the design from the girl, Lu Tsen secretly clicked a picture. Back in the present, Lu Tsen reveals all this and walks away. When Chenman checks her profile, she sees a flood of negative comments. He also sees everything, gets angry at Chenman, and leaves her alone. In the next scene, Bu Ran and Yao Li are together. Bu Ran says, "I'm really surprised. Who helped us at the last moment?" They celebrate by going to a restaurant. While they are sitting there, Chenman arrives and throws water on Bu Ran. Chenman, furious, says, "I joined Extraordinary just to marry Zihe, but you ruined my happiness." Bu Ran responds. He was just using you. Chen Man yells, he was going to introduce me to his family. Yao Lei asks, you're so beautiful, so why do you want to marry Zihei? Chen Man replies, because he is rich. How long will I keep earning money on my own? Bu Ran says, a woman doesn't need a man. She can earn and live on her own. Chen Man scoffs. You're giving me this lecture? Even a fool can see that Lu Ten likes you and helped you defeat me. So in the end, you and I are the same. In the next scene, Lu Ten enters the same restaurant and asks, where is Qin Shun? The restaurant owner, Lao Shu, tells him he took the day off today. Then, he gives Lu Ten childhood photos of Qin Shun and Siqi. Seeing them, Lu Ten feels very happy. Lao Shu says, you are playing the role of both a father and a brother. A little later, Lu Ten leaves for work. After he leaves, Qin Shun arrives. Lao Shu tells him, your dad was a good man. That's why Lu Ten is handling his family business and taking care of Siqi. Qin Shun asks, did you know about me from before? For me, my dad was just a bad person. Lao Shu asks, are you going to take out your anger on him? Qin Shun replies, Siqi has lost her memories, so I won't do anything. Now for me, only Bu Ran is important. In the next scene, Bu Ran finishes work and is about to leave when all the office employees surprise her with a cake, making her very happy. Bu Ran first takes the cake to Lao Shu and says, this is for you because you were my first friend in the company. In the next scene, Bu Ran visits Qin Shun's house, where he has prepared a lot of food. They celebrate her birthday, take selfies, and have dinner together. Meanwhile, Lu Ten puts on the same coat from 7 years ago, the one he wore when he gave an umbrella to a drenched Bu Ran. In the next scene, Bu Ran and Qin Shun play Truth and Dare. When it's Bu Ran's turn to answer, Qin Shun asks, can I be your boyfriend? Bu Ran thinks he is joking, but then he takes out a necklace from his pocket and says, I've kept this feeling in my heart for many years. He then proposes, be my girlfriend. Bu Ran is completely shocked. Just then, she receives a call from Lu Sen. Lu Sen says, I found your bodyguard. He sends her a photo of the bodyguard's coat and tells her to come to an address. Seeing the picture, Bu Ran is even more shocked. She tells Qin Shun, I can't accept this necklace because I don't have any romantic feelings for you. Then, she leaves. Qin Shun is heartbroken. In the next scene, Bu Ran reaches a gate at the same address, and on the other side, Lu Ten is standing. Bu Ran doesn't understand anything, so she calls Yao Lei and says, I'm very confused. Lu Ten found that bodyguard for me. Now what should I do? Yao Lei says, I know you are very troubled because you are not sure yet whether you even like that bodyguard or not. I want to ask you, do you think about the bodyguard all the time even when sleeping and waking up? If not, then you shouldn't meet him. After hearing this, Bu Ran messages Lu Ten, thank you, you found that bodyguard for me, but I don't have the courage at all to meet him. Saying this, she gets into a taxi and leaves. After reading the message, Lu Ten comes outside and tries to stop Bu Ran, but by then, she has already left. Then, Bu Ran starts recalling Yao Lei's words. When you like someone, you won't be able to stop thinking about them all day. Then Bu Ran opens Lu Sen's chat and sees that he has set the same profile picture that she once sketched for him. Bu Ran starts remembering Lu Sen and thinks to herself, I feel like I have started liking Lu Sen. Now what should I do? If he finds out that I am from the Hua family, what will happen? In the next scene, Qin Shun video calls Bu Ran, and she answers. Qin Shun says, I thought you wouldn't answer my video call. Bu Ran says, if you have the courage to call, then I have the courage to answer. Then Qin Shun apologizes for last night. In the next scene, Grandma calls Carrie and says, you both need to bring Lu Chen and Bu Ran closer so that we can find Siqi. Min Cai's wife, Hui Yun, who is standing outside, overhears all of Grandma's words. Then she tells Min Cai, Hualan wants Lu Ten and Bu Ran to be in a relationship, and that won't be good for us at all. So now, we should reveal Bu Ran's family identity in front of everyone, and we will use Chen Man to defeat Bu Ran. In the next scene, Yao Lei touches Bu Ran's forehead and says, you have a very high fever, so she tells her to go home. Bu Ran thanks her and starts heading home. On the other side, Lu Ten is watching Bu Ran through the CCTV camera. Then Lu Ten calls Bu Ran and asks, where are you? Bu Ran says, I'm not feeling well, so I'm going home. Lu Ten quickly runs outside, but by then Bu Ran has already left. Just then, Yao Lei arrives and says, I think you have started liking Bu Ran. Lu Chen says, I don't want to hide anything from you anymore. Yes, I really do like her. Hearing this, Yao Lei doesn't feel good at all. So Yao Lei says, I am your secretary, and I shouldn't interfere in these matters. In the next scene, when Bu Ran reaches home, she sees that outside Lu Ten's room, it is written, Bu Ran is from the Hua family. She quickly tries to erase it, but it doesn't come off. Just then, she receives a call from her dad. Her dad says, a lot of your friends have come to our house and your mom is very disturbed by their noise. Hearing this, Bu Ran quickly leaves for home and calls Qin Shun to come there as well. As soon as Bu Ran reaches home, she sees that despite her dad's refusal, The media people are recording videos there. Then we see that Chen Man is also among those media people, and she is the one behind all of this. Bu Ran's dad says, "I think these people are not your true friends. They are just acting." Bu Ran asks Chen Man, "Did you bring them here?" But Chen Man lies. Seeing all the chaos, Bu Ran's mom faints. He is also there, watching the whole scene while hiding. Then Chen Man goes to Zihei, takes her breakup fee, and leaves from there. In the next scene, Bu Ran's mom regains consciousness and Bu Ran's dad thanks Qin Shun. Bu Ran says, "This morning, someone wrote about my identity on Lu Tsen's wall, and in a hurry, I forgot to erase it." Qin Shun says, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" By now, Lu Tsen must have already seen it. In the next scene, when Lu Tsen returns home, he reads what is written on the wall. Just then, he gets a call from Yao Lei. Yao Lei informs him, Chen Man has spread Bu Ran's identity online. On the other side, while Bu Ran is on her way home, she also sees the video and thinks to herself, Lu Tsen was very good to me. When he finds out that I am from the Hua family, he will be extremely disappointed in me. Lu Tsen calls the media and says, remove this video as soon as possible. When Bu Ran arrives home, she sees that everything written on the wall has already been erased. She thinks Lu Tsen must have seen all this. Then she tells Qin Shun, I will tell Lu Tsen everything. When she knocks on the door, there is no one inside. She calls Lu Tsen multiple times, but he is busy talking to the media. Bu Ran falls asleep while waiting for Lu Tsen at home. Lu Tsen spends the entire night getting the video removed. When he checks his phone in the morning, he sees multiple missed calls from Bu Ran. He messages her, I was very busy with work and just now saw your calls. Then he writes, are you worried about my blood sugar? Don't worry, I still have the chocolate you gave me. Seeing this message, Bu Ran calls Lu Tsen and asks, was something written on your wall? Lu Tsen says, yes, something was written, but I didn't see it. The property management people cleaned it. He pretends as if he knows nothing and ends the call. When Bu Ran tries to find Chen Man's video, she doesn't find anything. In the next scene, when Bu Ran goes to the office, Chen Man is also there. She says, I underestimated you. You got that video removed overnight, but I still have proof. Chen Man continues, today, I will tell Lu Tsen that you are Hua's granddaughter and that Hua sent you to this company as a spy. After hearing Chen Man's words, the staff start talking about Bu Ran. Then we are shown a flashback from last night where Yao Lei and Chen Man are together. Yao Lei tells her, I have seen those videos, and if you somehow manage to get Bu Ran out of this company, you can get the collaboration and a job at Lu Tsen's company. Chen Man agrees with her. In the present, when Bu Ran approaches Yao Lei ignores her and walks away. Just then, a staff member pushes Bu Ran, but Qin Shun arrives and takes her away. In the parking area, she meets Lu Tsen. Lu Tsen says, even if no one believes in you, I believe in you. Qin Shun says, so you knew that Bu Ran is from the Hua family? Then why were you acting like you didn't know anything? Just then, Li arrives and informs Lu Chen didn't sleep all night and he was the one who called to get that video removed. Bu Ran asks, did you have it removed? Lu Chen says, yes, and I've known for a long time that you are from the Hua family. Hearing this, Bu Ran is completely shocked. Qin Shun says, this man is extremely deceitful. He tries to take Bu Ran away, but Lu Chen says, I didn't want your family to come between us because I like you. Hearing this, Bu Ran is stunned, and tears well up in her eyes. At Qin Shun's insistence, Bu Ran leaves. In the next scene, Lu Tsen goes to Grandma's house to meet her and says, I have something to ask you. Many years ago, I met a student outside your house who was kneeling in the rain, asking for your help with her studies. Was she your granddaughter? Grandma says, I don't have a granddaughter. I only have one grandson. Lu Tsen says, I have heard that Minde has a daughter. Grandma says, Minde cut ties with us a long time ago, and whether he has a daughter or not has nothing to do with us. Lu Tsen had recorded all of this. Then he says, someone from your family tried to reveal her identity, and let me tell you one thing, I like her a lot. If anyone from your house bothers her, I won't let them go. Saying this, he leaves. On the other side, all the staff members are bad-mouthing Bu Ran. Just then, Lu Tsen sends a voice recording of Grandma to one of the staff, where she clearly states that Bu Ran is not her granddaughter. Yao Lei also listens to this recording. In the next scene, Lu Tsen comes to Bu Ran, holds her hand and says, I wanted to throw you a party on your birthday, but both of us caught a cold. Bu Ran asks, why did you catch a cold? Lu Tsen explains, if someone wears a thin bodyguard uniform and stands in the mountains for a long time, of course they'll catch a cold. Hearing this, Bu Ran is completely shocked because her bodyguard crush was none other than Lu Tsen himself. Then Lu Tsen holds her hand and takes her with him. Seeing them together, Qin Shun feels extremely jealous. Lu Tsen takes Bu Ran to a beautiful place, brings a cake that he made himself, plays the guitar for her, and gifts her a necklace for her birthday, putting it on her with his own hands. Then he hugs her and asks, will you be my girlfriend? Bu Ran smiles and says, I'm still a little mad at you. To this, Lu Chen says, I will try even harder. Then he kisses Bu Ran. The next morning, when Bu Ran wakes up, she smiles, thinking about what Lu Sen said last night. On the other side, Lu Sen is also smiling. Then, Bu Ran gets a call from Qin Shun. He says, last night you left without informing me. Bu Ran tells him, Lu Sen celebrated my birthday last night. Qin Shun says, but you never liked celebrating your birthday, right? Bu Ran replies, because it reminded me of bad memories from my past. But after last night, I don't think I will hate anyone anymore. She also tells him, Lu Chen confessed his feelings for me yesterday. Hearing this, Qin Shun feels deeply hurt. He then asks, did you accept? Bu Ran says, yes. In the next scene, Bu Ran and Lu Chen go to the company together. In the parking area, they are about to kiss. But some girls appear, and Bu Ran pushes Lu Chen away. Lu Chen asks, are you using me? And why are you so scared? Bu Ran says, you are the boss. If people in the office find out about us, what will they think? Then she sneaks away, and Lu Sen watches her with a smile. In the next scene, Lu Sen is watering the plants and looks extremely happy. Li comes to him and asks, is everything okay between you and Bu Ran now? Lu Sen replies, Bu Ran and I are in a secret relationship. Hearing this, Li becomes very happy and leaves. But even after he leaves, Lu Chen just sits there smiling. In the next scene, Lu Chen comes to Bu Ran and secretly says, make coffee for me. As they walk together, Yao Lei sees them and doesn't like it at all. While Bu Ran is making coffee, Lu Chen suddenly holds her hand. Just then, another employee comes to make coffee. Lu Sen unplugs the coffee machine so the employee can't use it. Lu Sen tells the employee, go drink something else. The employee leaves. Then, Lu Chen opens his arms to hug Bu Ran. Bu Ran runs toward him for a hug, but just then, Yao Lei arrives. Yao Lei asks, didn't you get your coffee yet? Lu Chen says, the coffee machine is broken. Yao Lei checks the machine and asks, who unplugged it? Lu Chen says, who works so much anyway? And walks away. In the next scene, when Bu Ran is going down in the elevator, Lu Chen also enters and kisses her. In the following scene, Lu Sen calls Bu Ran to his office. All the employees outside the office watch and assume that Lu Sen might be angry with Bu Ran. Inside, Bu Ran starts kissing Lu Chen, and they get so lost in the moment that they don't even realize things around them are falling over. The noise of falling objects is heard by the employees outside, who assume that Lu Sen and Bu Ran are having a heated argument. Just then, Yao Lei arrives. Hearing the noise, she enters the office. Bu Ran notices Yao Lei coming in and quickly pushes Lu Chen away. Yao Lei looks around. The office is a mess with things scattered everywhere. She also assumes that they had a terrible fight. Bu Ran leaves. After she's gone, Lu Chen is unaware that Bu Ran's lipstick has smudged onto his lips. Yao Lei notices the lipstick on Lu Sen's lips and, furious, storms off. In the next scene, Min Kai's wife, Hui Yun, meets Lao Shu at a restaurant. Lao Shu says, thank you for helping my kids with their abroad studies. Hui Yun replies, you know what I actually want, right? So stop beating around the bush. And if you don't do my work, I can't guarantee whether your daughter will graduate or not. Frightened by Hui Yun's threats, Lao Shu says, Qin Shun is Lu Chen's father's biological son and he hates his father. Hearing this, Hui Yun smiles and says, now that's more like it, and leaves. In the next scene, Min Kai calls Qin Shun and asks him to come over. When Qin Shun arrives, Min Kai says, I know you are Lu Chen's father's biological son, and Lu Sen has taken both your dad and Bu Ran from you. So join forces with me. Qin Shun replies, it seems you've called the wrong person. As he leaves, he thinks that Min Sai is definitely up to something wrong. So he goes to inform Bu Ran. Bu Ran says, I'm at a noodle shop. I even packed some noodles for you. Qin Shun heads to the noodle shop. Meanwhile, Bu Ran thanks Lu Chen for the noodles. Lu Chen says, this won't do. He asks Bu Ran for a kiss. When Bu Ran kisses Lu Chen, Qin Shun arrives and sees them together, feeling extremely jealous. Right then, he calls Min Kai and says, I'm interested in your proposal. In the next scene, Yao Lei receives a call. The person on the other end calls her sister and says, I'm your brother. Go tell Lu Sen that I found you. Hearing this, Yao Lei becomes extremely scared and rushes to Lu Sen. She tells him, I got a call from someone claiming to be my brother. In the next scene, Carrie arrives at the company all dressed up and recalls a conversation from the previous day. Hui Yun had told Carrie, find a girl who will claim to be Lu Sen's girlfriend and attend the company gathering party with him. That way, when Bu Ran sees it, she will break up with Lu Sen. Back in the present, Carrie goes to Lu Sen's company and asks him to go to the company gathering with her. In the next scene, we see Lu Sen at the company gathering party. A man asks, I heard you're dating Bu Ran? Just then, Yao Lei arrives and grabs Lu Sen's hand, pretending to be his girlfriend. Lu Sen pulls away and asks Yao Lei, "What are you doing?" A man comments, "Yao Lei is talented and beautiful. She is the perfect match for Lu Sen." The same man then video calls Bu Ran. Another man asks, "Is Yao Lei really your girlfriend?" Just as Yao Lei is about to answer, Carrie steps in between them and asks Lu Sen, "Wasn't I supposed to come with you today? Then why did you bring Yao Lei?" Everyone starts watching them closely. Carrie says, "You all don't think that I'm Lu Sen's girlfriend, do you?" "Oh, nothing like that. He's just a great boss, and I'm his subordinate." After this, Lu Sen also starts praising Carrie. Then a flashback is shown where Lu Sen tells Carrie, "I know Hua Lan sent you to spy on me. Why do you follow their orders?" Carrie apologizes and says, "I had no other choice." Lu Sen says, "Just do as I say." Back in the present, Lu Sen declares, "Neither Carrie nor Yao Lei is my girlfriend. My girlfriend is the best designer in our company, Bu Ran." And Bu Ran hears all of this on the video call. Min Tai then says, "There's definitely something about you. You even got Carrie on your side." Lu Sen replies, "Not just Carrie, I also..." Then, another flashback is shown where Lu Sen meets Lao Shu and hands him his daughter's graduation photo. Lu Sen says, "While investigating Taylor, I found out that your daughter was also trapped in his scheme and that the Hua family was helping her, right? If you face any problems in the future, let me know. I'll help with your daughter's education." In the next scene, Lu Sen calls Qin Chun, asking to meet. Qin Chun arrives at Lu Sen's restaurant, carrying a diary. He tells Lu Quan, "I was the one who called Si Chi." Lu Sen responds, "I already knew. Lao Shu told me that you're Si Chi's brother." Qin Chun asks, "Aren't you curious why I did it?" Lu Sen replies, "To test me, to see if my feelings for Bu Ran are true. I don't think there could be any other reason. Also, you didn't reveal to the Hua family that Yao Lei is actually Si Chi. That proves you don't want to harm me." Lu Sen then hands Qin Shun the diary and says, "This is your dad's diary." Then Lu Sen leaves. Qin Shun reads the diary, which contains many things his father wrote about him. His father missed him deeply and even wrote, "Whenever Qin Shun gets this diary, please forgive him." In the next scene, Bu Ran and Lu Sen go to a beautiful place for their weekend getaway and enjoy themselves a lot. While they are together, Yao Lei calls. Lu Sen says, "Don't pick it up. Today, I just want to be with you." Bu Ran starts kissing Lu Sen, but then she notices Yao Lei arriving and quickly hides in the bathroom. Yao Lei enters the house with groceries for Lu Sen, but sees that he has already bought everything. Lu Sen tells her, "You don't need to bring me things anymore. From now on, I'll take care of myself." Yao Lei then looks toward the bathroom. Lu Sen says, "You should go home and rest. I'm going to take a bath now." Lu Sen heads to the bathroom while Yao Lei keeps looking in that direction. Bu Ran asks, "How does Yao Lei know your house password?" Lu Sen replies, "That's my mistake. I'll change it." Yao Lei then leaves, and inside the bathroom, Bu Ran and Lu Chen start kissing. In the next scene, Yao Lei is upset over Lu Sen's words and sits drinking. He is also there. As Yao Lei is leaving, He also comes out, but he is heavily drunk. They bump into each other. He recognizes Yao Lei and doesn't let her leave, forcing her to drink with him. Yao Lei refuses, but he starts forcing her. Just then, some men arrive and are about to beat He, but Yao Lei steps in and saves him. Then both come outside, and as Yao Lei starts leaving, he grabs her foot and says, "Why did you apologize on my behalf? I don't want to take favors from any woman. Become my security. I'll pay you more than Lu Sen." Yao Lei shakes him off and tries to leave, but he grabs her and is about to forcefully kiss her. Just then, Qin Shun arrives, pushes He away and says, "Have you seen yourself? Losers like you don't get to disturb Yao Lei." Yao Lei thanks Qin Shun and leaves. In the next scene, he brings many shopping bags for Yao Lei. When she arrives, he shows them to her. Yao Lei says, "You don't even know what I like," and leaves. In the next scene, Lu Chen calls Yao Lei to his office and tells her, Bu Ran has submitted the final designs. He hands her the file to review. Yao Lei responds, "I'm thinking of taking my annual leave." Lu Chen says, "The company is about to face a big test." Yao Lei replies, "Bu Ran made these designs, so you don't need to worry. Everything will be fine." Lu Chen approves her holidays. The next scene shows the presentation. The Hua family is invited first to present their plans. As soon as they begin, Bu Ran's design presentation appears on the screen. Bu Ran wonders, how did they get my designs? Lu Chen also thinks, who leaked Bu Ran's presentation to the Hua family? Then, Lu Chen is called on stage for his presentation. Bu Ran becomes even more nervous. Lu Chen is about to apologize to everyone, but just then, Yao Lei arrives with Chenmon and presents the designs made by Chenmon. Everyone loves Chenmon's designs. Bu Ran, on the other hand, thinks, if Lucen had a backup plan, why didn't he tell me before? A flashback is shown where Yao Lei tells Chen Man, this time our plan will definitely make you successful and you can teach Bu Ran a lesson too. Chen Man says, I thought Bu Ran was your friend? Yao Lei responds, only on the surface, inside she's my enemy. Back in the present, Bu Ran storms out in anger thinking, Lu Chen didn't trust me. Seeing her leave, Grandma and Min Kai follow. Outside, Grandma slaps Bu Ran and says, how foolish are you? You worked so hard for someone who didn't even trust you. Bu Ran, crying, walks away. After she leaves, Lu Chen arrives, but she is already gone. In the next scene, Yao Lei goes to Lu Chen's office. He is extremely angry. Lu Chen asks, did you take leave just to create another design behind my back? Yao Lei replies, I learned my lesson from the orphanage incident, so I prepared extra designs. Lu Chen asks, we have many designers. Why did you go to Chen Man? Yao Lei angrily says, even after such a big mistake, you don't doubt Bu Ran at all? Lu Chen replies, you also know that Bu Ran isn't that kind of person. Yao Lei laughs and says, then tell me who did it. Lu Chen stares at Yao Lei. Yao Lei laughs again and says, so you figured it out? Lu Chen asks, why did you do it? Yao Lei replies, to get Bu Ran out of this company because she's from the Hua family. She can't stay here. Lu Chen storms out in anger. In the next scene, Lu Chen visits Bu Ran's parents. Bu Ran's dad asks, you came alone? Didn't Bu Ran come with you? Did you two have a fight? Lu Chen replies, yes, that's why I'm here to seek your help. I want Bu Ran to trust me, but first, I need to earn your trust. He then praises Bu Ran, saying, I believe Bu Ran could never do such a thing because she is your daughter. Bu Ran, standing outside, secretly listens to everything. Hearing this, she and Lu Chen reconcile. In the next scene, Zi He approaches Yao Lei again, forcing her to join his company. Annoyed, Yao Lei kicks him and walks away. In the next scene, Lu Chen receives a call. As soon as he picks up, Yao Lei says, brother, this is Si Chi speaking. Lu Chen rushes to the hospital. The moment Yao Lei sees him, she hugs him and says, brother, they both feel overjoyed. Yao Lei then says, the Hua family was searching for me, and now that I've regained my memory, should I tell them that I am Si Chi? Lu Chen responds, if it makes you happy, you can do whatever you want. Yao Lei adds, a guy has been bothering me. Lu Chen goes to the hospital, where Zi He is present. Lu Chen approaches Zi He and twists his arm. Zi He says, I like Yao Lei. Just then, Yao Lei says, I'm not just Lu Chen's secretary, I'm his sister, Si Chi. He is shocked and asks, what are you saying? Yao Lei explains, I lost my memory, and my brother asked me to use a different identity to hide myself. He responds, I don't care about the past. If Lu Chen can date Bu Ran, why can't I date you? Yao Lei replies, because I like my brother. We are not biologically related, and even before losing my memory, I had feelings for Lu Chen. At that moment, Lu Chen receives an important call and leaves. In the next scene, Lu Chen and Bu Ran are talking when Zi He arrives and asks Lu Chen, make it clear, do you like Bu Ran or Yao Lei? Bu Ran is shocked and says, what are you saying? He replies, looks like you're still in the dark. He then reveals that Yao Lei likes Lu Chen. In the next scene, Bu Ran is at the company, deep in thought. Lu Chen arrives and takes her to the garden area. Holding her hand, he says, don't take He's words to heart. Yao Lei just regained her memory. Bu Ran asks, were you really going to be her boyfriend? Lu Chen nods. Bu Ran says, I have work to do, I'm leaving, and walks away. In the next scene, Qin Shun and Bu Ran visit a construction site together. Qin Shun says, this place feels really scary to me. Bu Ran replies, there are many people on this site, so there's nothing to be scared of. Just then, Bu Ran receives a message from Lu Chen. But before she can read it, loud screams are heard from some workers who shout that there's a ghost on the site. When Bu Ran goes to investigate, the workers inform her that those who saw the ghost have been taken to the hospital. Hearing this, Bu Ran says, tonight, I'll stay here alone. When you return tomorrow, you'll see for yourselves that there's no ghost here. That night, as Bu Ran remains at the construction site alone, she is about to read Lu Sen's message when she suddenly senses someone nearby. Grabbing a wooden stick, she moves forward and starts hitting wildly. Then she realizes the person is none other than Lu Chen. Shocked, she says, you really scared me. Lu Chen smiles and says, you stepped right into the trap I set, so I came to take you back. Bu Ran, surprised, asks, what trap? Then we see that the trap Lu Chen had set has caught a man, revealing that he was behind the entire scheme. In the next scene, Lu Chen says, I sent you all these messages, but you were angry and didn't reply, so I came here. He has also brought food for Bu Ran and says, I'll stay here with you tonight. Bu Ran is still upset with him, so Lu Chen explains how important she is in his life. Then, he kisses Bu Ran, and everything between them is resolved. The next scene shows Bu Ran and Lu Chen sleeping in a tent all night. Suddenly, Bu Ran hears workers arriving. She tells Lu Tsen, "Stay inside the tent," and steps outside. The workers ask, "Are you okay? Weren't you scared last night?" Bu Ran smiles and replies, "I caught the person who was scaring everyone by pretending to be a ghost. He's right here. You can go and see for yourselves." In the next scene, Min Kai and his wife are sitting together when Lu Chen and Bu Ran arrive. Min Kai asks, "What are you two doing here?" Lu Chen shows a painting and says, "This is the ghost we saw at the construction site last night." He then explains, "That man admitted he was paid by Zai He to do all this." Min Kai, frightened, asks, "What do you want from me?" Lu Chen replies, "Promise me that you will never trouble Bu Ran again in the future." After that, Lu Chen leaves the painting there and walks away with Bu Ran. In the next scene, Bu Ran and Lu Chen are seen having dinner with Bu Ran's mom and dad. Then, we see Yao Lei at Qin Shun's restaurant. Yao Lu tells Qin Shun, "You're really strange. You like Bu Ran, but you don't even try to win her over." She also says, "I would never hide whom I like." Qin Shun laughs and says, "If I were your brother, I would always choose Yao Lei over Si Qi." He continues, "My father gave me only one girl, and she turned out to be so selfish." Yao Lei, shocked, asks, "What do you mean?" Qin Shun takes a deep breath and says, "I'm your half-brother." Yao Lei, furious, says, "You're such a fool. If you don't want to help me break up Lu Chen and Bu Ran, then I'm leaving." Saying this, Yao Lei storms off. In the next scene, Lu Chen and Bu Ran are out together when Lu Chen receives a call from Yao Lei. Crying, she says, "My neck is hurting again." Lu Chen, worried, replies, "Okay, I'm coming." When he arrives home, Lu Chen asks, "Is your neck still hurting?" Yao Lei, still crying, says, "Yes," and hugs him tightly. She then says, "Why can't you love me? Why did you change so much after Bu Ran came into your life?" Lu Chen tries to explain, "I've only ever seen you as my sister, and you will always be my sister." Just then, Bu Ran arrives. Yao Lei tells Bu Ran, "I know my brother likes you a lot. So, if you want to be with him, you have to pass my test. If you successfully renovate my childhood home, then I will accept you as my sister-in-law." Bu Ran replies, "I will do my best to complete this task, and after that, you will have to accept me." Lu Chen then leaves to get food for Yao Lei. Meanwhile, Yao Lei starts insulting Bu Ran. "You will never pass my test, and if you're smart, you'll leave my brother." But Bu Ran refuses to back down and argues with her. As Yao Lei walks away, she says, "Don't think you'll win." At that moment, Lu Chen arrives. Yao Lei, crying, says, "She has brainwashed you, and now I won't listen to you anymore. My dad is gone, and I have no one left. And since you're about to marry Bu Ran, I'll make Zi He my boyfriend." Saying this, Yao Lei leaves. Hearing this, Lu Chen becomes furious and starts scolding Bu Ran, leading to an argument between them. Next, Yao Lei approaches Zi He and asks for his help in breaking up Lu Chen and Bu Ran. In return, she promises, "I'll help you earn respect in your family." Zi He asks, "What do I have to do?" Yao Lei replies, "You have to start a fake relationship with me." Zi He agrees. Yao Lei clicks a fake kissing picture with Zi He and tells him, "Send this picture to my brother." Seeing the picture, Lu Chen becomes very disturbed and calls Yao Lei, but her phone is switched off. He sets out to find her. Meanwhile, Yao Lei and Zi He are on a fake date when He forcibly tries to kiss her. Lu Chen receives a message from an unknown number. "Are you looking for Yao Lei? But first, you have to apologize to me." Lu Chen calls the number and says, "If you even try to touch my sister, I'll send you to jail." He responds, "So, you recognized me? Your sister came to me and asked me to date her, and now we are in a relationship, so there's nothing you can do." Lu Chen asks, "What do you want?" Zai, he says, "Break up with Bu Ran." Meanwhile, Bu Ran is working when Qin Shun messages her, saying something has happened to Yao Lei. Bu Ran rushes to the restaurant and finds Lu Chen in bad shape. Qin Shun tells her, "Yao Lei and Zi He have both disappeared, and I'm going to find them." Bu Ran approaches Lu Chen, but he is too drunk and starts vomiting, then leaves. Just then, Lu Chen gets a call from Zi He. Bu Ran answers. Zi He says, "Break up with Lu Chen, and I'll let Yao Lei go." Bu Ran agrees. Zi He sends her the location, and they go to find Yao Lei. Yao Lei is sitting in a tent, terrified. The moment Lu Chen and Bu Ran arrive, she runs to Lu Chen crying and says, "Sorry, I shouldn't have messed with Zi He." Lu Chen is about to call the police, but Yao Lei stops him. She says, "He has videos of me on his phone." Lu Chen lifts Yao Lei and takes her to the car, which Bu Ran dislikes. A flashback shows Yao Lei and Zi He on their date. When Zi He tries to forcefully kiss her, she attacks him, making him unconscious, then ties him up. When Zi He regains consciousness, he says, "I really like you and want to kiss you, but why did you do this to me?" Yao Lei replies, "You need to make it look like you're taking advantage of me." She then starts slapping herself. Seeing this, Zi He hesitates but ultimately agrees. In the present, Yao Lei recalls all this and feels very happy. Next, Lu Sen receives a call informing him that the construction work has been halted. Meanwhile, Qin Shun is seen with Hua Lan. A flashback shows Hua Lan visiting Qin Shun's restaurant, saying, "I've come here to convince you." She offers him a deal. "If you cooperate with me, I'll help you." In the present, Hua Lan tells Qin Shun, "You didn't disappoint me, so tell me what you want." Qin Shun replies, "I just want you to punish Zi He and anyone who harms Bu Ran." Next, a news report accuses Bu Ran of causing issues that led to the construction project being halted. A flashback reveals that Yao Lei was the one who spread this news against Bu Ran. In the present, Yao Lei tells Lu Sen, "Anyway, Bu Ran's image is already ruined, so if she takes the blame for the company, nothing will happen." Hearing this, Lu Sen gets very angry and says, "I didn't expect this from you. Why do you keep hurting Bu Ran? Ever since your memory came back, you've changed completely. And if your dad were alive today, he would be so disappointed in you." Saying this, Lu Chen leaves, and after he's gone, Yao Lei breaks down crying. Later, Lu Sen stands outside Bu Ran's house. Meanwhile, Bu Ran finds out that all the blame has fallen on her. She looks out the window and sees Lu Sen standing outside. She steps out, and Lu Sen tells her, "Don't worry about that news. I'll handle everything." Bu Ran replies, "Yes, I trust you. Everything will be fine." Next, Qin Shun meets Hua Lan. She tells him, "You've made me very happy, so I'm giving you the share transfer agreement. I had prepared it for my eldest son, but I no longer have any expectations from him." Qin Shun thanks her. In the next scene, Lu Sen and Bu Ran are walking home together. It's very dark, and Bu Ran keeps twisting her ankle. Seeing this, Lu Sen carries her on his back, making Bu Ran very happy. Later, Yao Lei tells Bu Ran, "You have done a lot for my benefit. When you first came to the company, I really liked your designs, but over time, I completely misunderstood you, and that's why I started hating you." Bu Ran responds, "I understand." Yao Lei realizes her mistakes, apologizes to Bu Ran, and they reconcile. That night, when Bu Ran returns home, the path, which was previously dark, is now fully lit. Lu Sen tells her, "Now you won't have any trouble coming home." He then takes her hand and leads her inside. Next, Qin Shun and Minde are drinking together when Lu Sen arrives. He tells Qin Shun, "I enjoyed working with you." They all drink together. Lu Sen adds, "According to our plan, you got exactly what you wanted." Qin Shun laughs and says, "Hua Lan is such a fool. She actually trusted me." From their conversation, it becomes clear that their plan all along was to trap Hua Lan, and that's why Qin Shun approached her. Later, Lu Sen meets Hua Lan. She says, "It's been a long time since I saw you. Are you here to apologize?" Just then, Qin Shun and Minde arrive. Qin Shun tells Hua Lan, "Thanks for trusting me." Minde adds, "I want all conflicts between Hua Company and Lu Sen's company to end forever." Lu Sen then addresses Grandma Hua Lan. "From the very beginning, you have misunderstood me. I never wanted to bring down your company. I only wanted to fulfill my father's dream and work together with you." Just then, Bu Ran and Yao Lei arrive. Hua Lan finally says, "All right, we will work together." Everyone is happy to hear this. Hua Lan lets go of all her grudges against Bu Ran, praises her designs, and tells her, "You are the one who can take our company forward." Then, she takes Minda's hand and leads him home. Now, everything is resolved. In the final scene, Bu Ran and Lu Sen go on a beautiful date. They suddenly hear someone singing and realize it's Z. He's singing for Yao Lei. Just then, Bu Ran's parents arrive. It turns out this was all planned by Lu Sen. He wanted to propose to Bu Ran in front of everyone. Lu Sen looks into Bu Ran's eyes and says, "I love you," then proposes to her for marriage. Bu Ran happily accepts. Lu Sen puts the ring on her finger and everyone rejoices. The two share a kiss, marking the happy ending of the series.